I would say that they are really going against our national security and that they are not pro-Philippines, Mr. Chair. For example, si Mr. Rugando Sasot, the same thing with Ana Malindog Uy or Ado Paglinawan. Those names are known to be writing about pro-China narrative.
Kaya yung mga vloggers natin dito na mga makapili, palagay ko merong kalalagyan din yan. Akala ba ng mga vloggers natin, malilibre sila lahat sa mga bagay na yan?
Who are these initiators, no? Gaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, the initiators are the ones who start the conversation. They are the ones who spread the initial fake news and misinformation. At ang account nila ay may mataas na bilang ng follower. At most of the time, the initiators are known or recognized na social media influencer. At ang posting nila sa social media are always publicly posted. Hindi po ito nalilimit lamang sa kanilang mga followers or friends. Intentionally, their postings are made public so that it can be easily shared ng kanilang mga disseminators at ng kanilang mga followers. Next slide. The initiator social media lines. Over the course of time and analyzing the lines of these initiators who spread fake news in the West Philippine Sea, it can actually be divided into 6 parts. Ang una sa lahat is yung sinasabi nilang, we do not have legal basis in our fight in the West Philippine Sea. Ilang beses na po nating narinig yan. Later, I will discuss all of this, how they make use of these lines as a way for them to mislead the Filipino people. Second, ang West Philippine Sea ay hindi natin primary concern. Ito daw ay hindi dumudugtong sa sikmura ng ordinaryong Pilipino, kung kaya't ang ordinaryong Pilipino ay hindi dapat makialam sa isyu ng West Philippine Sea. Pangatlo, Philippines is one escalating the tension in the West Philippine Sea. Sinasabi po nila na ang Coast Guard or BFAR or other agencies of the government are the ones responsible for the escalation of tension in the West Philippine Sea. At ang pang-apat po is the fear-mongering, ang pananakot po sa ating mga kababayang Pilipino na kapag patuloy nating tinindigan ang laban natin sa West Philippine Sea, ay magkakaroon po ng gera. At ang panglima po, ang Philippines is only dictated by the United States. Ilang beses na rin po nating narinig ito na ang nangyayari sa West Philippine Sea ay galing lamang po sa pag-uudyok ng Estados Unidos. And the last part is that the West Philippine Sea spokesperson, kasama ko po si Jonathan Malaya at ang iba pong mga akademya na dumidepensa sa paninindigan natin sa West Philippine Sea, has always been a victim of disinformation and fake news. Next slide, sir. For their line na we do not have legal basis, paulit-ulit po nilang sinasabi na ang West Philippine Sea is just a fiction. Ito po ay gawa-gawa lamang daw nung panahon ni Pangulong Noynoy Aquino at wala naman daw po tayong basihan. Secondly, they always downplay the 2016 Arbitral Award. Hina-highlight nila na despite of the 2016 Arbitral Award, which is internationally recognized as a landmark victory for the Philippine government, they always downplay this, saying it is very difficult for this current administration to get the support of the international community because it cannot be reinforced. The second one is, we're the one escalating the tension. Kung makikita po natin ang mga posting ng mga tao na to, lagi nilang ang sinisisi ay ang Philippine Coast Guard. Kami daw po ang bumangga sa China Coast Guard. Kami daw po ang dahilan kung nagdala ng mga isda doon, kaya nagkaroon ng gulo sa Baho de Masinloc. Instead of criticizing the aggression and unlawful activity of the Chinese Coast Guard, Philippine Coast Guard po ang nilalagay nila sa kanilang mga posts trying to distort the reality of what's really happening in the West Philippine Sea. Next slide, sir. At ang narrative na ang Pilipinas po ay inuudyukan lamang ng Amerika. Ito po ay paulit-ulit din nilang sinasabi, ang West Philippine Sea ay gawa-gawa lamang daw po ng Amerikano. Ang Amerika din daw po ang nagdikta ng naratibo natin pagdating sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. At ang kanila pong favorite line, The transparency initiative of the Philippine government is actually dictated by Mr. Ray Powell, no? Na paulit-ulit din binabanggit ni Mr. Mark Lopez sa kanyang social media posts. And then the next one is, West Philippine Sea spokesmen are pro-US and accepting bribes. I have been a victim of disinformation and fake news. Sinabi nilang CIA ako, sinabi nilang pro-US ako, sinabi nilang pumunta ako sa bahay ni Speaker at meron daw akong 3 black bag. Sinabi rin nilang tumatanggap ako ng $4 million as part of my talent fee sa US Embassy. Panglima po, WPS is not our primary concern. They are confusing the Filipino people by saying poverty is the main issue of the Filipino people and not the West Philippine Sea. Kanila pong binibigyan ng confusion ulit ang mga kababayan natin para sabihin they should not care about our fight in the West Philippine Sea. And then the last one, sir, is fear-mongering. There will be war. Ilang beses na po nating narinig ito sa ating mga social media trolls. Sinasabi nilang kapag patuloy na pinanindigan ang ating laban sa West Philippine Sea, ay maraming mamamatay na Pilipino, hindi kaya ng Armed Forces of the Philippines na tindigan ang pakikipaglaban sa China. Pero simula po na naging Pangulo si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, for almost 3 years now, he has been standing firm of not surrendering a square inch of our territory to any foreign power. Pero wala naman po tayong digmaan na naririnig pa. And then the last one, sir. Next slide. Next slide. Kung makikita po natin ang posting netong tinatawag nating mga initiators, there are actually 3 intersection points na common sa kanila. Una, they always counter our position in the West Philippine Sea. Secondly, kung titingnan din po natin ang posting nila, they also defend Alice Go and the Pogo. Third, they are also denying the presence of Chinese spies na nahuli ng NBI noong mga nakaraang buwan. Just to give you an example, I would like to share with you the posting of certain Miss Ana Malindog-Uy. I'm not saying that she is the one really managing this expose because I don't know her personally, but this is actually a public post. She said, with regard to Pogo, ano daw ang sabi ni DASA, upgraded ang Pogo seriously? Last August 6, 2024. She also commented, investigasyon ng Kongreso sa issue ng Pogo, nakakahiya. And then when it comes to the issue of the spies, last January 29, 2025, she also posted, do we really think that a superpower like China would send someone unqualified to spy on the Philippines? And when it comes to the harassment of the Chinese Coast Guard, she also said, study the footage carefully and draw your own conclusion. Note the time that when the collision happened, according to the reports and based on the footage, the Philippine Coast Guard ship MRB 4410 suddenly turned right and rammed into the Chinese Coast Guard. Again, she is actually narrating a narrative that it is the Philippine Coast Guard who rammed the China Coast Guard vessel. Miss Ana Malindog-Uy, I don't know her, but again, these are public posts. And I would also like to share to the Honorable Committee the article written by Mr. Ado Paglinawan. He also wrote about Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo, suggesting that she is being disgracefully grilled by the senators. And when it comes to the spies, he also wrote an article 2 months ago saying that it's a mistaken identity is a result of sheer incompetence. And when it comes to the issue of the West Philippine Sea, publicly posted last February 27, he said the West Philippine Sea lunacy continues as China Coast Guard simply ignores our cheers. These are the types of the issues that I would like to present to the Honorable Committee, sir, to highlight that the issue of disinformation and fake news is actually countering our own position in the West Philippine Sea. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
We'll now proceed to the interpellation. Ernest Junicio, representative, is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you to our colleagues. Commodore J. Tarela, magandang hapon po sa inyo, and thank you very much for the detailed presentation Actually, marami po akong tatanungin sa inyo, supposedly, but it was already answered by most of the questions na tatanungin, nasagot na po ng presentation ninyo. Commodore J, alam ko yung laban nyo sa West Philippine Sea eh. I would see you in the news, yung mga fake news naman na kayo yung dinidiin pa na masama. Yung masakit kasi dito, Mr. Chair, kung sino na yung nilulusob, sino na yung inaargabyado, yung pa may kasalanan. This has to stop. So, Mr. Chair, just like to ask a few more questions kay Commodore J. Commodore J, ito bang ano bang talagang diferensya sa opinion ninyo yung pagkakaiba ng opinion sa fake news?
Mr. Chair? Well, para sa akin po, Honorable Congressman, sir, no? Ang usapin po ng West Philippine Sea should not be subjected to your own opinion. Actually, as part of the Transparency Initiative of the Philippine government, we have been disclosing factual reports, no? Incidents that really happened, supported by photos and videos to show the Filipino people what really transpired. So if you are a blogger or a social media influencer trying to counter such narrative, I think we should understand everybody is entitled for their own opinion, but disclose countering a factual narrative of what really transpired with regard to our own national security is really a concern.
Yes, thank you for that. Mr. Chair, kasi yung West Philippine Sea, in my humble opinion, di lang naman kasi to geographic location, it's a symbol of our sovereignty. If I remember it correctly, Commodore J, di ba, nung last hearing natin, meron pa nga na nagkiklaim na lumalabas sa mga fake news na yung Palawan pagmamayari ng China. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very alarming, Mr. Chair, lahat ng nangyayari na to eh. So, alam ko nag-imbestiga na kayo dito, Sir Commodore J. Ano po ba mga naobserbahan nyo? You mentioned kanina mga initiators. Ano ba to? Mga Pilipino ba to? Chinese? Or we don't know for certain?
Well, right now, Mr. Chair, what we have are only public posting of social media accounts. Just like what the former Vice President mentioned, we cannot really ascertain whether these people are the ones managing those accounts dahil hindi naman talaga natin alam kung sila yon.
Mr. Chair, may nabanggit po kanina na si Ana Malindogoy.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Do we know, Mr. Chair, does this committee have any information na bisita po ba natin siya ngayon or Filipino vlogger po ba to? Or...
Sino? Si Mark Lopez?
Hindi po, si Ana Malindogoy, mentioned by Commodore Tariela earlier, Mr. Chair.
Did we invite this personality? Unfortunately, she was not included. Is that a female?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
She was not included in the invitation to the resource persons.
Maybe,
Because there-
thank you, Mr. Chair. Maybe it would be prudent since Commodore Tariela mentioned some posts that are very detrimental for our sovereignty and for the safety and security for our country, that probably this individual, be it true or not, we can try to find out through the committee and have this person invited and probably shed more light to the posts that was shared by Commodore Tariela, Mr. Chair.
Comsec, please take note. This individual will be invited for the next hearing.
Moving on, Mr. Chair, yung 2016, as mentioned by Commodore Tariela, yung arbitral award. In my humble opinion, ito napakalinaw na eh, na pagmamayari ng bansa natin, yung kinokontest ng ibang bansa eh. What I don't understand is, bakit kinokontra pa to? Commodore Tariela, ang gusto ko lang malaman, meron po ba tayong specific Filipinos identified who are, you know, masasabi natin na pro-China?
Well, Mr. Chair, if we're going to base on the social media posting of what they, how they appreciate the 2016 Arbitral Award and how they downplay our fight in the West Philippine Sea, I would say that they are really going against our national security and that they are not pro-Philippines, Mr. Chair. However, I would also like to add that what is difficult for us on the Philippine Coast Guard is that we cannot really identify whether these people who are using such accounts are those actual people named with that social media account, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I'd like to request that all the information that has been presented by Commodore Tariela, also yung mga vloggers na hindi naman natin ma-determine kung tao ba o Pilipino ba, baka makuha natin yung mga handle nila, and maybe NBI or someone from our government can really check. Mr. Chair, this has to stop. We have to find out who these people are. Baka mga Chinese to, o kung hindi man, baka mga Pilipino na napinagkakalulo yung bansa natin. This has to stop. This is the reason why we have this hearing, to shed light and to stop the fake news na nakaka-apekto na sa sovereignty ng ating bansa, Mr. Chair. Also, nakakabagabag kanina yung presentation ni Commodore Tariela na hindi lang pala West Philippine Sea, na nagduduktong-duktong din to dun sa Pogo. O, na dinidepensahan pa nila, na naduduktong pa doon kay Alice Guo, na allegedly, na spy, na, ang narrative nila all about pro-China eh. So, Mr. Chair, na again, kay Commodore Tariela, kung hindi naman kalabisan sa inyo, please give this committee a copy of all the information that has been gathered by, on your side, sa Philippine Coast Guard, and we will try to dig deeper and find out who these people are and put a stop to it. It will also give guidance to us on the laws that we will be making to determine, Mr. Chair. Ito na nga yung pinag-uusapan last hearing tsaka ngayon eh. With what Congressman Rog was saying earlier, na importante talaga na naka-register yung mga tao sa account ng mga social media eh. Anyone can simply make an account, gagawa ng false claims, kung ano-ano, tapos ini-influence yung mga Pilipino. But I do believe Filipinos are very smart at walang Pilipinong tunay na magkakalulo. Ang hindi ko maintindihan, kung meron man, ano bang reason nila? Is it political? Or is it because of monetary gains? But there should be no Filipino na dapat ipagpapalit mo yung bansa mo para sa mga idol nyong politiko o para lamang sa pera, kapalit ang sovereignty at security ng ating bansa. This has to stop. So again, Mr. Chair, may I manifest that we really have to find out who these people are. We will not stop. The committee will not stop. And again, ako lang, simple manifestation, Mr. Chair. To Filipino vloggers, minsan nakikarried away tayo sa mga nababasa natin o napapanood. Last hearing, tinanong ko yung mga vloggers natin. Sinabi naman nila na walang naniniwala sa kanila na ang Palawan parte ng China. Yun ang pinapakalat online eh. Ako yayayain ko lang yung ibang vloggers natin, no? I know masipag kayo mag-post o gumawa ng iba't ibang content. Why not do a content that will protect our country? Why not do a content, meron kayong mga following eh, meron kayong mga taong naniniwala sa inyo. Isn't it prudent enough for a Filipino na kung gagawa ka na lang ng content mo, it's to fight for our country. Sometimes, nalulungkot ako kay Commodore Tariela, tinitira pa ng ibang tao na tuta daw ng Amerika. Tapos yung Amerika, minsan tinitira na yun daw may gusto ng gulo. No. Let's try to dig deep. Sino ba nang gugulo sa Pilipinas? Sino ba ang pumapasok? Sino ba ang agresor? Mr. Chair, enough is enough. Kami sa Tondo, mga batang Tondo, hindi kami papayag sa mga taong ganyan. So, Mr. Chair, again, I appeal, sana sa mga kaibigan nating vloggers, if you are true Filipinos, let's all work together. O i-prove natin na maka-Pilipino tayo at makabansa tayong Pilipinas. Labanan natin ang negative news ng China, and let's stand for our country. One flag, one country, and one Filipino. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Chair,
Honorable Banda, Pamante.
gusto ko lang pong tanungin si Commodore Tariela kung sino yung mga vloggers na yun. Can you identify those vloggers now? Isa lang ba o meron pang iba? Can you identify them?
Well, Mr. Chair, I cannot attribute it to the person, but what I can quote are the name of their handle account, social media handles. I cannot attribute it to a person, but I can attribute it to a social media account.
So, ano mong ibig sabihin?
Because as I said, Mr. Chair, hindi naman natin alam kung sila talaga yung may-ari ng account, but alam ko na yung pangalan ng account. Like for example, si Mr. Rugando Sasot, we don't know whether it is really him who is managing his social media account. The same thing with Ana Malindog Uy or Ado Paglinawan. Those names are known to be writing about pro-China narrative.
Well, Mr. Chair, why, Commodore, why don't we ask the NBI or the DICT to identify? Why? Why don't we ask them? Now, you keep on telling us about these things, and you're not telling us who the people are. So why don't you ask the NBI or the ICT to identify those people who they are? Because they can be identified. Oh, it's up to you because you're the one being bashed in this case. Perhaps even your statement here can even be treasonous. Why? Because these are Filipinos who are actually siding with China. Oh, saying things that are against our own sovereignty. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask to Commodore Tayela to ask the NBI and the ICT to finally identify these people. And if you do that, Mr. Chair, we're going to invite them here so they could be able to shed light to what they're saying. And also, let them realize that this committee is now crafting a bill that will regulate these things. Akala ba ng mga vloggers natin, malilibre sa lahat ng mga bagay na yan? No. There should be certain regulations on this, Mr. Chair. Do you know why? Because freedom of expression is not absolute.
Are there any further questions with regards to this issue from the members?
Mr. Chair, I would like to ask Commodore Tayela if he's willing to ask the NBI and or DICT or the Department of Justice to finally identify these people.
Yes, Mr. Chair, on the part of my office, I will be forwarding the report and the post of those known social media influencers that we have identified that are countering the factual narrative of the Philippine government when it comes to the West Philippine Sea.
I believe we have the presence of the NBI resource persons. Andito po bang NBI? Ano mo nga yung anong pwedeng gawin dun?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to the members of our Congress. Actually, Mr. Chair, some of the personalities which was mentioned during the lecture of Commodore were already verified by our office. So, ang pagkakaintindi ko po kasi, during his explanation is that he cannot attribute yung mga accounts doon sa real identity ng mga may-ari. And we can provide some, but for those other accounts po, totally dummy account po siya. And we cannot identify kung sino yung mga ano po niya, totoong nagmamayari. But for some of the accounts that were mentioned, there are real names and identities that were already identified by the NBI, and we could furnish this committee of those identities. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I suggest, Commodore, you coordinate with the NBI na lang regarding this matter.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Are there any further questions regarding this issue?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
thank you very much. Commodore Tariela. So, kamakailan, nabalitaan po namin at nakita namin sa telebisyon na muling nagkaroon ng enkwentro sa West Philippine Sea. Pwede mo po bang maikwento sa amin ang nangyari?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair? Yes. What transpired in the past 2 days, Mr. Chair, is that last April 5, the Philippine Coast Guard monitor the presence of China Coast Guard 3302 at a distance of 82 to 85 nautical miles off the coast of Palawig, Zambales. And because of that, the Commandant of the Philippine Coast Guard, Admiral Ronnie Hilgavan, directed BRP Cabra to challenge the presence of the China Coast Guard vessel. And last April 6, what happened, sir, is when the Philippine Coast Guard vessel was challenging this 99-meter vessel, which is relatively larger than the 44-meter vessel that we have, carried out a dangerous maneuver, attempting to, as if they are going to ram a smaller Coast Guard vessel. But thanks to the seamanship skills and the professionalism of the Coast Guard sailors of the Philippines, we were able to prevent from being rammed by the China Coast Guard. And just yesterday, sir, again, the China Coast Guard 3302 did another dangerous maneuver, attempting to ram the aft, which is the behind of the Philippine Coast Guard vessel, when we were also challenging them yesterday at a distance of 92 nautical miles off the coast of Capones Island, sir.
And the area is well within our special economic zone, no?
Yes, sir. That is well within our own exclusive economic zone.
Exclusive economic zone. And ako, Commodore, nung napanood ko po yung video sa TV, the news, talagang nakaramdam ako ng konting galit. Kasi nakita ko yung isang dambuhalang Chinese vessel na palapit ng palapit habang pilit naman tumatakbo yung atin. Kasi nga baka mabangga at mukhang babanggain talaga. At buti na lang kamo, magaling yung ating mga seafarers nakaiwas. Kung hindi po nakaiwas, ilang kayang Pilipino maapektuhan kung dumating po sa punto na nabangga?
Well, we have to understand, sir, na ang barko na to is almost double the size of our BRP Cabra. So you can just imagine the impact nung bilis nung barko na yon sa pagbangga ng mas maliit na barko natin. Parang to describe it, parang isang Wigo na Toyota na kotse binangga ng isang 6x6 truck. So that is the reason why the Philippine Coast Guard has to run away for them not to be rammed by the China Coast Guard. Kung sakali pong nabangga tayo, definitely ang mga crew po ng Philippine Coast Guard vessel ay nasa harm's way na po. At tayo po ngayon siguro ang nagpapanik, how can we be able to rescue our Coast Guard personnel, sir?
At tunay pong nakakakulo ng dugo nung nakita ko po to kasi atin po yung lugar eh. Diba? Atin po yung lugar. At dito po sa hearing natin ngayon, napakahalaga po na ma-address po natin yung mga fake news na lumalabas laban sa issue ng West Philippine Sea. Because what I fear, Commodore, is due to the fake news, this might lead to Filipinos being misguided when it comes to properly understanding the issues of the West Philippine Sea. Do you agree with me when I say this, Commodore?
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with you, sir, that we need to address fake news and disinformation. Dahil kung tataas po ang bilang ng mga fake news and disinformation na yan with regard to the West Philippine Sea, mawawala na pong saysay ang paghihirap ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at ng Philippine Coast Guard na itinataya po nila ang buhay nila para po sa West Philippine Sea.
So sa isang bahagi, Commodore, would you agree with me when I say that maaaring isang strategiya to na ginagamit ng isang banyaga laban sa Pilipinas para magkaroon ng confusion sa ating mga mamamayan sa paglaganap ng fake news laban sa Pilipinas sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea?
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with you, sir, that most likely this is a state-sponsored misinformation tactic para gibain po ang pagkakaisa ng ating pong bansa pagdating sa pagtindig sa issue ng West Philippine Sea.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now to our vloggers present. Mr. Chairman, can I get a show of hands kung sino-sino po sila nandito ngayon?
Actually, we will proceed on that. Tapusin na lang natin yung kay Tariela.
Yeah, patapos na po ako, but critical lang po kasi sa akin yung mga vloggers dito.
The social media personality that was mentioned by Commodore Tariela, George Paglinawan, is here. May know where George Paglinawan is? Oh, yan. If you have any questions. He was
Sir,
mentioned
if
by
I may.
Commodore Tariela kanina.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, I am Ahmed, George Ahmed
Mr.
Paglinawan.
Chairman, I think I have the floor.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to ask first. I don't have any particular questions to Mr. George. Oh, yung gusto ko lang malaman yung mga vloggers na nandito ngayon, pakitaas nga ulit yung kamay ninyo. Oh, hindi ko kasi kayo kilala isa-isa eh. Kanina kung susubaybayan po natin yung takbo ng hearing, makikita po natin na napakahalaga po ng papel na ginagampanan ninyo sa paglaganap ng balita at sa mga pangyayari sa ating bansa. And in a certain way and in a certain form, you influence the manner of thinking of certain Filipinos. No? And I'm sure you agree with me that when I say the Philippines is a sovereign country. Now, I just want to find out from the vloggers present, do you condemn what China is doing in the West Philippine Sea? Yes or no? Can you raise your hand? Can I just, all of you? All of you? Yung mga nasa dulo, hindi ko po masyadong, sorry malabo kasi yung mata ko. Are those vloggers as well at the end? Yes? Do they also, are you also raising your hand? Yes? Okay, so you also condemn what China is doing in the West Philippine Sea. Is this correct? Yes, okay. If so, then, Commodore Tariela, you mentioned na maraming mga disinformation, fake news na lumalabas patungkol sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. Can you further elaborate on this?
Yes, sir. Just like what I mentioned a while ago, sir, no? There are 7 types of narratives that they're saying. Una, wala tayong legal basis. Second, dinidiktahan lang tayo ng Amerika. Pangatlo, Pilipinas ang gumugulo sa West Philippine Sea. Pang-apat, ito ay hindi ito priority ng ordinaryong Pilipino. At pang-lima, ang mga spokesperson natin are actually receiving bribe from the government and even the U.S. government.
Okay. So, is Mr. Mark Lopez present? No. And Comsec, can we check if Mr. Mark Lopez is present? Because I remember in our last hearing, he was very opinionated about this issue. Comsec? Not present. Okay, not present. So, since he's not present, siguro I'll just reserve my questions for him when he decides to present himself. For the vloggers na nandito, dahil kayo naman, inamin nyo rin na kinukondenan nyo yung ginagawa ng China sa West Philippine Sea. Siguro ay papakiusap ko na lang sa inyo sa pamamagitan ng boses ninyo at sa pamamagitan ng kakayahan ninyo, baka pwede nyo lang suportahan ang Pilipinas. Pwede nyo suportahan ang ating pamahalaan. Pwede nyo ipakita sa pamamagitan ninyo na maski ano man ang hindi natin pinagkakasunduan, Pilipino at dugong Pilipino pa rin ang nangangalaytay sa ating lahat. At yun po ay dapat pinaglalaban natin. I think for our armed forces right now, this is very important that we show that the country is in full support in protecting the rights and the sovereignty of our country. That's all, Mr. Chairman. That's the only questions I have for Commodore Tariela. And baka pwede pong humabol ng isang pakiusap. Alam mo, campaign period ngayon eh. Kami mga kandidato nakikiusap. Baka pwede ko ipakiusap sa inyo. Sana maging boses din po kayo sa Twitter, sa Facebook, sa TikTok o anumang medium ang ginagamit ninyo na let's support the Philippines and let's support our claim to the West Philippine Sea. Maraming salamat.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Honorable Abante.
gusto ko lang po sabihin kay Commodore Tayel sa kayong NBI, no? Because you mentioned na these are dummy accounts, di ba? Dummy accounts po ito. And you also mentioned that it's possible that they are being used by the Chinese, no? To speak against the West Philippine Sea. So, Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang pong i-manifest dito, kung dami accounts yan, walang pinagkaiba yan nung panahon ng hapon. Oo, yung makapili na mayroong bayong, mayroong bayong hindi nagpapakilala. Oo, walang pinagkaiba yan sa mga makapili. Kaya yung mga vloggers natin dito, na mga makapili, palagay ko, merong kalalagyan din yan. Siguro, no? NBI. Meron din, no? So, it means that you could be able to really identify those makapili today. No, NBI. Kaya, no?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. As long as makumpleto po natin yung mga verification. But still, we depend on the information na kayang ibigay sa atin ni Meta as well as yung kayang ibigay ng mga telco sa atin na information. Kasi ang point po natin dito for purposes of identifying attribution is that we could determine kung sino yung gumawa ng account. Yun po ang ating basis po.
Well, the fact na, Mr. Chair, that our bloggers are here with us today, hindi po ito makapili. Mga Pilipino po ito, that they're appearing with us today to be able to help us craft a legislation finally, to be able to put a stop to this fake news, especially those people who are using dummy accounts. Finally put a stop to it, Mr. Chair. Yun lang po gusto kong sabihin.